most people don't really know how to calculate the cap rate. They don't know how to use it. They don't know how to negotiate with it. They don't even know where it comes from.
What is a cap rate?
Cap rates is it's a term that you hear a lot of investors kick around. Um, Real estate professionals, if they're investor focused, most people don't really know how to calculate the cap rate. They don't know how to use it. They don't know how to negotiate with it. They don't even know where it comes from, and a lot of the people are just too shy to even ask. Right? They look at a listing and they'll see like, 5.5% cap rate. So cap rate stands for capitalization rate. And a long time ago, it was easy to determine value in a property because then you could just go to comparables. Like a single family house, you see what's selling, what's comparable on this street, and you find, the three closest properties to your subject property, and then you come up with an average that could be a comparable. But when you talk about multifamily in apartment buildings, a long time ago, it was easy because everything was kind of segregated. Like you would have, just residential or just industrial or just commercial. But then after a while, I think after the Second World War, they had multi-purpose properties, multi-mixed use properties. Like you would have properties with commercial at the bottom and apartments in the top, or maybe a hotel at the bottom, apartments in the top, or you have multi-family properties like this apartment building in an area where there's just where all you see is single family homes. And so how do you determine the value of a property where everything around it is not comparable to the property that you have? Well, this is where they started to use capitalization rates, cap rates. And so a very long time ago, the equation was extremely difficult and you needed like a engineering degree, math. You had to be a math major to figure it out. But over the years, they've simplified it and they've made it easier for people to use cap rates. So cap rates basically means your annual net operating income. So what is net operating income? You take your income minus your expenses. This is your net operating income, right? Before debt service. Why? Because debt service is optional for some people. They might not go to the bank. And so your income minus expenses gives you your NOI, net operating income. You take the net operating income and you divide it by the purchase price, the asking price. This is how you determine your cap rate. If you already know the cap rate, and cap rates fluctuate from market to market, area to area. This is what people are willing to accept as a way of a return. So your money coming in, what would be your net return? Okay, based on the net operating income, your annual net operating income. And so the net operating income, if you already know the cap rate in advance of the area, well, you divide it by the cap rate, and then you get the value or the potential value of that property. For example, let's say this neighborhood properties are typically trading at 10% cap rate. If you had a property that had a net operating income of $40,000 a year, meaning after all expenses are paid, not including the debt service. At the end of it, you have a net of $40,000 a year. If you divide that by a 10% cap rate, well, then you know that the property is worth $400,000. Now, if you if you now understand that you can challenge the expenses, so if someone didn't calculate the expenses, now you can use that to negotiate. For example, if someone believes that the net operating income is $40,000, but if you challenge and you say, listen, I think you forgot vacancy, I think you forgot repairs and maintenance, I think you forgot, sorry, I'm just making a turn here, I think you forgot property management, and you can challenge that net operating income, and you could simply say, using logic and reason, listen, I think your property's beautiful, everything's great, and I think you've the way you've put together the numbers is great, but I think more of the net operating income around $35,000, not $40,000, based on you forgot these expenses, or you didn't include these. Based on a 10% cap rate, that means the property is worth $350,000. And this is why I'm coming to the table with a $50,000 price reduction. You see, so it's no longer you saying you want a price reduction. You are using the numbers to justify why you want a price reduction. And so this is how we use cap rates as an investor. And it's a very simple equation. Like, listen, I didn't do very well in math in school, but when it comes to cap rates and knowing how to use cap rates in order to help me understand the value of a property, the performance of a property, you're gonna get excited about it, just as I am excited about it. And if you do it a few times, it'll be like second nature to you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified the next time we're doing a video. And guess what? Like, share, dislike, I don't care! Let me see how that looks.